for the 275,000 Amazon drivers dropping off 10 million packages a day around the world, the job can be a grind. But a lot has changed since drivers in 2021 told CNBC about unrealistic workloads. Peeing in bottles, dog bites and error-prone routing software. Among the biggest developments is the arrival of a brand new electric van from Rivian. Amazon was a big and early investor in the electric vehicle company, which went public in late 2021 with a plan to build trucks and SUVs for consumers and delivery vans for businesses. Since July, Amazon has rolled out more than 1,000 new Rivian vans, which are now making deliveries in more than 100 U.S. cities, including Baltimore, Chicago, Las Vegas, Nashville, New York City and Austin, Texas. The partnership began in 2019, when Amazon founder and ex-CEO Jeff Bezos announced Amazon had purchased 100,000 electric vans from Rivian as one step toward his company's ambitious promise of reaching net zero carbon emissions. By 2040, we will have prototypes on the road next year, but 100,000 deployed by 2024. Bezos said at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., in September 2019. Amazon has since revised the timeline, saying it expects all 100,000 Rivian vans on the road by 2030. Rivian has faced several challenges in recent months. It cut back 2022 production amid supply chain and assembly line issues. Its stock price dropped so sharply last year that Amazon recorded a combined $11.5 billion markdown on its holdings in the first 2 quarters. CNBC talked to drivers to see what's changed with the driving experience. We also went to Amazon's Delivering the Future event in Boston in November for a look at the technology designed to maximize safety and efficiency for delivery personnel. For now, most Amazon drivers are still in about 110,000 gas-powered vans. Primarily Ford Transits, Mercedes-Benz Sprinters and Ram ProMasters. Amazon wouldn't share how it determines which of its 3,500 third-party delivery firms, or delivery service partners, DSPs, are receiving Rivian vans first. The e-commerce giant has been using DSPs to deliver its packages since 2018, allowing the company to reduce its reliance on UPS and the U.S. Postal Service for the so-called last mile, the most expensive portion of the delivery journey. The DSP, which works exclusively with Amazon, employs the drivers and is responsible for the liabilities of the road, vehicle maintenance, and the costs of hiring, benefits and overtime pay. Amazon leases the vans to DSP owners at a discount. The company covers the fuel for gas-powered vans and installs charging stations for electric vehicles. The company says DSP owners have generated $26 billion in revenue and now operate in 15 countries, including Saudi Arabia, India, Brazil, Canada, and all over Europe. What drivers think. In the early days of testing the Rivian vans, some drivers voiced concerns about range. An Amazon spokesperson told CNBC the vans can travel up to 150 miles on a single charge, which is typically plenty of power for a full shift and allows drivers to recharge the vehicle overnight. As for maintenance, Amazon says that takes place at Rivian service centers, near delivery stations or by a Rivian mobile service team, depending on location. Julietta Dennis launched a DSP, Kangaroo Direct, in Baltimore 3 years ago. She employs about 75 drivers and leases more than 50 vans from Amazon. She now has 15 Rivian vehicles. It's very easy to get in and out with all of the different handles to hold on to, Dennis said. She said that some drivers were hesitant at first because the vehicles were so new and different, but the moment they get in there and have their first experience, that's the van that they want to drive. Baltimore DSP owner Julietta Dennis shows off a Rivian electric van at Amazon's Delivering the Future event in Boston, Maryland, on November 10, 2022. Erin Black Brandy Monroe has been delivering for Kangaroo Direct for 2 years. She pointed to features on a Rivian van that are upgrades over what she's driven in the past. There's a large non-slip step at the back, a hand cart for helping with heavy packages and extra space for standing and walking in the cargo area. We have 2 shelves on both sides to allow for more space, Monroe said, adding that she'd prefer to drive a Rivian for every shift. And then the lights at the top. Very innovative to help us see the packages and address a lot easier, especially at nighttime. There's even a heated steering wheel. Former driver BJ Natividad, who goes by Avionics on YouTube, says his non-electric van could get very cramped. I remember one time I had 23 or 24 bags and over 40 oversized packages, and I had to be able to figure out how to stuff that all in there within the 15 minutes that they give us to load up in the morning, said Natividad, who now works for USPS. The Rivian vans have at least 100 more cubic feet than the Sprinter and up to double the cargo space of the Ford Transit vans Natividad drove in Las Vegas. Rivian vans are still small enough that they don't require a special license to drive, though Amazon provides its own training for drivers. One driver in Seattle, who asked to remain unnamed, was especially excited about the new Rivian vans. He offered an extensive tour of the new driving experience on his YouTube channel called Friday Adventure Club. He said one of his favorite features is a light bar that goes all the way around the back. He also likes that the windshield is absolutely massive. The wide doors allow for